Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Welcome back to 5 Minutes of Momentum. Do you pick a word for a new year? This is something that I've only just started doing the last couple of years. I know it's been out for ages and a lot of people have been doing it forever, but I actually only just started doing it probably 2 years ago. And it's been so fascinating, like having and holding that intention of that word for the year has been really powerful for me, and I've really noticed how it's just come to fruition. Like, it's been so fascinating, and sometimes it doesn't always work out the way you want it to work out. Like, sometimes if you're not really clear with your intention on how you want it to play out, then sometimes it can come in different ways. Like, I know that I've had words that have been ease and amplify. I have words that have been growth, and I've had words that I think sometimes if you're really flippant with how you pick your word, then sometimes the universe does its own thing and goes, oh, you want growth? Here, I'm going to give you some really hard, challenging things to go through, and that's going to grow you because that's what you asked for. So I think sometimes we've got to be mindful of okay, so what year do you want to have, and what do you want to experience, and how do you want to feel for the year? And so when I chose my word actually came through a breathwork session that I did with Kirsten Morrison. So as part of the Next Level Mastermind, we do 2 events. So we do one half-day online retreat day, and then we also do an in-person day where we do lots of masterminding. I have guest speakers come in, and this time we're actually doing a bit of a spa day as well, which is going to be so fun, and a dinner. And so as part of the online retreat day that we did back in December, I had my beautiful friend Kirsten Morrison come on and do a breathwork session to help us release the year and start to decide of what energy do we want to bring into the new year, and what do we want to feel into for the year. And so she took us through this beautiful visualization that was really around stepping into our future self. And I always love doing future self stuff. It's honestly some of my favorite things to do within my masterminds because I do similar visualizations. And then she did a breathwork session, and I just love how with breathwork it helps you get out of your head and into your body, and it just becomes more of your heart message that comes through. And so the word that came through for me, which was really interesting because it really just came out of the blue. It's not something that I've been thinking about. I hadn't even started thinking about my word for the year, and it just came through this beautiful breathwork session, and my word became calibrated. And the way that I wanted to think about it, or the intention behind the word calibrated, is my future self. So calibrated to my future self. So the version of myself that I see in the future, who has achieved what she wants to achieve, who has created the certain results in her life, who is living the lifestyle that she wants to live, who is looking the way that she wants to look, who is feeling the way that she wants to feel, that feels calibrated to me. Right? And so I thought I wanted to spend a bit of time just really exploring this, and basically the meaning that I've placed on is similar to the word embodied. So basically what I mean by calibrated, what I mean by it is becoming the expression of, or giving a tangible or visible form to the next level version of yourself. This is what I mean by calibrated for the year, right? So it's calibrated to that next level, right? So I'm not calibrated to what's happening. I'm calibrated to where I want to be, and I'm leveling up in that space. So I'd love to know what your word for 2024 is. I would love it if you could send me a DM on Instagram and let me know what your word is and what you're leaning into this year, because everyone is so different, and I just love hearing everyone's words. Sometimes we just choose the word and then we go into the year and it's kind of oh yeah, whatever. But I actually think it's so important that you come back to that word of why it was important to you, what's your intention behind it, and how are you also leaning into it, right? Because one of the things that often happens is we set the word and it kind of just goes off into the ether instead of actually really utilizing it as a standard. This is the way I like to think about it. It's I am working towards that as my standard. That's what I'm setting myself up for. That's what I'm creating. That's what I'm working and striving towards, right? So I always think about it from the place of write it down, put it somewhere where you can see it. I've got it up in my office. I've also got it in my journal, and I want to come back to this again and again and see how the year pans out, because it's always so fascinating how things work when you set that intention right from the beginning of the year. So I'd love to hear what is going to be your word this year, and what are you leaning into? I've got some massive things happening this year, and I cannot wait to see the expansion that's going to happen. I'm definitely stepping into a new growth year. So last year I intentionally went in with a plan to grow my business, and I'm definitely doing that again. I know that people think that we have that every year, but I don't think so. I think sometimes we have intentions intentions around just maintaining what you've got. Other times it's about like streamlining things and getting your systems and processes in place. Other times it's about stepping back. Like sometimes you actually want to step back from where you've been giving your business so much of yourself. So wherever you are is absolutely perfectly fine, and just acknowledging that for yourself, like what type of year you're going into, and then set that word, set your intention, and I guarantee you it's going to make a positive impact for you for this year. All right, lovely. Have an amazing week.